Hi. My son wants an electrical motorcycle. Of course, like many moms, this trigger a reaction of fear. And I have that thought like, I should not support my son getting an, an e-bike, because that's too dangerous. If that's you, today we are going to explore with tapping, who am I without that thought? And of course, without that emotion. So, as I mentioned, and that's really something that is personal to me today, because my son wants to get an e-bike. And of course, I have that super strong fear about two wheels. Like my father used to say, I've been literally conditioned since I was that tall to be afraid of anything that had two wheels. Even a regular bike, I wasn't allowed to ride in the street or in the park. But the truth is, I explained it, we explored it in the podcast episode. The link is below. You can go listen to it. Nothing that you're going to think is going to make it good or bad. I mean, you are going to make it good or bad, but nothing that you're going to think is going to have control over the situation and what's going to happen. So you might as well free yourself and detach yourself from that thought, from that reaction, to really, both on a vibration level, not put yourself and the situation on a lower vibration, and frankly, to have a better interaction with your son about it. And I'm talking about motorcycles, that can be anything else, but to not fall in the traps of fear every time you talk about it with them, because that is not leading to the ultimate results, the highest results, the highest good for your son and the highest good for you, because meanwhile you'll be suffering. So let's go with the tapping. If you're new to tapping, there is an intro video in my EFT playlist, but you don't even need it right now. You can go check it out after. All you need to do is really to connect with that thought. My son or my daughter is going to get an e-bike, or whatever it is for you. So connect with that fear, connect with that thought. If you're like me and you don't want to support and approve because there is fear under, and I don't want to go too deep in the explanation of that right now because I want you to feel in the body. We're going to go through the body. Connect with that thought and let's go. Even though I'm going to say my teen is going to get a motorcycle. And I shouldn't support that. I shouldn't approve because it's dangerous. I'm willing to explore, who am I without that thought? Notice any reaction in your body, because you're going to have a reaction. Who am I without that thought? My son or daughter is getting a motorcycle, and I don't have the control over them. I mean, mine is 19, so of course, if they're younger, you do. My son or daughter is going to get a motorcycle. It is extremely dangerous. Even though I know and I feel that fear in my body, I'm willing to explore, who am I without that fear and without that thought. My son or daughter is getting a motorcycle. That fear in my body, I shouldn't approve, I shouldn't support. Who am I without that thought? My son or daughter is getting a motorcycle. I shouldn't approve or support. This is dangerous. Who am I without that thought? And you probably feel a contraction in your body when you think about letting go of the thought. Be aware of it, because that's who you are right now. You can't let go of the thought. Who am I without that thought that I need to be against it? Who am I without that thought? Notice what thought is coming in your head. Who am I without that thought that I shouldn't support and shouldn't approve? What do you feel in your body? What thought is rising in your mind? My son or daughter is getting a motorcycle. I shouldn't support. It's too dangerous. Who am I without that thought that I shouldn't support? Who am I without that thought that I shouldn't approve? That resistance in my body, that sensation in my body of resistance, when I let go of the thought that I shouldn't approve or support. Who am I when I let go of that thought that I shouldn't support? Stop tapping, take a deep breath. What came through your mind when you let go of that thought that you shouldn't support because it's dangerous? And you ask yourself, who am I? If you're like a lot of moms, it's like maybe a bad mom, because if something happens, it's going to be my fault. That's the next thing you need to tap on. If no thought came in your mind, but you had a sensation in your body, that was the case for me the first time I did that exercise about the motorcycle. I had a pinch in my heart. That's the next thing you need to tap on. And you tap with that pinch in my heart, I wonder what it is about. And if you only have the thoughts, explore when you think about that, what we call a tail ender, because it comes after thought. When you say that thought, for example, I would be a bad mom and that would be my fault, where do you feel it in your body? You always go back to the body, because you heal in the body. Those emotions, those energies are stuck in your body. And go listen to the episode, because it will help you explore even more. I just did this tapping video just for fun, frankly, because this is my case right now, and I know there are other moms and dads like me. But there is more under that you can explore and work with. I send you a ton of love and a ton of I'm there with you.